to play mainly because she's a very linear character. You see her, she wants to do two things: stun, and then just start blocking projectiles. That's literally it. The only playmaking capability she has, hiding in brushes with the Numenon Blast, and flickering forward to catch multiple people with the Numenon Blast.
If you know, you know. Gideon taught me the meaning of the word Numenon earlier this year. But Red, they answer back with a Paquito and a Karina. So again, very meta. It's very meta. They're playing to their strengths. They know that this is what the current environment of MLBB could do. They're stretching the imagination, trying to meet it with efficiency. But this leaves BEDEL with a clear answer. And again, they're very spicy.
Yeah.
They showed us the Fanny earlier, and now they're throwing back to Lolita. It's been a while. Honestly, I'm unfamiliar. This is very. It's both nostalgic and scary to me.
I mean, this is new grounds for me as well. I love the Lolita, one of my personal favorite tanks when she was viable, but right now...
Couple years ago, bro.
Couple years ago, I'm not so sure. And you talked about the Lancelot. The Lancelot has been picked up over here. Looks like they have two heroes that can go to the back line, but still, the Lolita pick, she can handle the projectiles, but I don't know, as a tank user, as a tank player, sometimes that's not as reliable as you would think. So this is definitely, I want to see Asmo pulling out some crazy things to really convince me on this Lolita pick.
It's going to take a lot of convincing for me as well. And personally, I think this will be an interesting matchup between the Red CANIDS as well as BEDEL. Something to be a little excited for because it's a lot of new spicy tech here that we haven't seen. New science to break through.
Yep, honestly, I'm just happy and also pretty flummoxed at the fact that when that Lolita got picked up, you're like, that's pretty normal, that's fine. Leo, I don't know why you're gushing.
Are you flabbergasted?
Yeah, it's honestly a hero that has been dug up from the grave. Not at all in the meta, didn't even get buffed recently. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct.
If they win this, I'm petitioning for Muntan to really revamp her to make her really good.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. She's an older hero. But without further ado, here we go. Game number 6 in today's Group A games. It's BEDEL versus Red CANIDS, and I gotta say, there's a lot of pressure on Red CANIDS.
Yeah, there really is here, and let's see whether they're going to be capable of doing this as they get into their first engagement towards the Little Wanderer.
Oh, jump style, he's gonna get blown up here. First blood drawn on the Karina, brought to you by Razor. At level 1, this assassin had no business being there. Was jump style just so eager to take the Little Wanderer?
I guess Jumpstyle at this point in time is trying really hard to prove himself here, and I think he's getting a little too ahead of himself. Most people in the exact same situation probably wouldn't have gone so hard, especially Yon Carino. But easy! How did he not know? He should have expected it, but Yushi unfortunately greeted out there. He refused to not get his golden EXP.
The tail end of the first kill on the Brody was enough. Why were those two marksmen playing? Why were they dueling? Essentially, it was essentially a Wild West duel there. It's just who's faster on the draw.
Pretty much, but honestly, Yushi, he shouldn't be able to win on that overall matchup. He already forced Upatizi to flicker early on. All he needed is to play safe, and it would have been okay. But all right, look, he's already given a kill. There's nothing much he can do. He can still dominate this. Like, he's got the rest of his team backing him up towards the top side Tri-Brush, and even both Luna and Jumpstyle, who hasn't even hit level 4, which is supposed to be his prime time to punish topside, does not achieve it.
Here's the TikTok live turtle cam 2 minutes into this match. Oh, Frost using the switcheroo on that umbrella to replace himself to a safer spot. That is a bush that they have vision over. But still, BEDEL has priority over this turtle.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle here because, again, we're already seeing Yusong trying to force priority on that side, but the timing is a little too late here. And you can see that Lancelot saying, no, we can wait for another wave. So they go back into that contestation on mid side, bottom side as well. They're contesting hard for this to try and get that priority, especially for BEDEL, who can naturally do that with the Lilia. However, she might not necessarily have charges for the dive on top side now.
Oh no, jump style, jumping onto Yunshi, flicker spent. Can jump style catch him? Didn't even need the guiding wind. There's a kill. One more for Red CANIDS. Turtle slain, brought to you by STB. I think that was a sacrifice by Yunshi. He was just willing to say, okay, this is for you, Farway.
Look, I mean, in Yunshi's position, he's just like, you know what? Here in Singapore, they already got a Universal Studios. Let's go check it out real quick and then come back into the game once I respawn.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
All it
Quickly
takes.
go back, boom, done.
All it takes. Now, Asmo up top. Lolita's chunky, but not that chunky. Dived in by Upatizi, taking him out. Upatizi having a phenomenal early game, man. 2-0-1 in 3 minutes.
He's trying. He's really, really trying here. But so far, it's looking pretty good for the Red CANIDS. They've already gotten a bit of a lead, and they want to continue with this pressure. Yes, BEDEL did get a turtle, but what is that going to mean when this side, this top side of the map, is continuously getting punished? It's going to hurt the economy in the next 2 minutes or so when he is lacking in both items as well as levels.
Yep, 3-1. About 1,000 gold ahead. Red CANIDS have found their footing. Let's check out the instant replay one more time up top.
Yeah, and right now this is the thing, right? Karina, unfortunately her blades are not projectiles, so there's not much that the Lolita can do to stop any kind of damage. And Karina really likes fighting against tanks or anyone that has a lot of HP.
I mean, in this style, jump style is just like lock these fists and try your best. And so far, Paranoid as well as Asmo now trying to push a little bit of their pressure while they still have it on towards this bottom side, realizing that top is a little lost here. Let's make sure that we stick close while the energy shields are still around and try to get Yunshi back into this game.
I have a feeling that BEDEL kind of lost their way after the first few scrambles. That's what it's looking like. BEDEL is moving exactly where they need to, and they just, how do I say, stumbled into a good position now despite jump style suffering first blood. Now there's another fight down here in the lower half of the map. Luna taken down far away, and just like that, the Lancelot in the early game who's supposed to be favored against the Karina just goes down.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm getting where you're coming from here, Leo. It feels like BEDEL is kind of lost in the situation of what they're supposed to be doing here. We're seeing Asmo using the Numenon Blast early on, but really, does a lot of this matter? It feels like BEDEL have not decided on where they want to kind of place their pressure, or better yet, focus. Wow, Yuji nearly got one shot from that.
Yeah, torn apart memory, got a couple stacks on him, but you were saying?
Yeah, I was mentioning that it looks like BEDEL isn't confident on their own win condition right now, or they don't know how to take the next few steps, knowing that Yushi is falling behind.
Is it because of the Lolita? I mean, of all of these heroes, it seems to be the odd one out. It feels like it's a hero that shouldn't be here.
No, honestly, for this game, BEDEL, the reason why they're looking like they're struggling, because again, just like you just said, they're putting too much egg in the basket right now, and team fights happening around Turtle.
That's still going a far away. He has a turtle buff. He can make the most of it, and indeed they do. Paranoid taking down Luna. Akashi, I'm not sure if he wants to take this. He is a Paquito. Chunky as he is, he has that shield, using the champion stance to be able to dash out, dodge Alien's wrath, and just like that, both teams reset. BEDEL able to close the gap. But still, they were lost earlier. Now they may have found the right street. They're still a couple of turns away from the right block.
I mean, they're going to have to try their best here because regardless, they just know where they are on the map. Without even having to open, you can see that Upatizi is like, no, I'm just going to back away. I know that they're rotating towards this bottom side. Where else could they be? Because Paquito is so far ahead. The question is, how is Red CANIDS going to kind of push the envelope and push this snowball that they've created with Paquito on this top side? Can they pull BEDEL there?
Yeah, and just now we saw the itemization. Now we look at the goal difference. 18,000 for BEDEL, 19,000 for Red CANIDS, and hold on, while this team fight is going on, take it away, Leo.
Luna brings in the party, jump style. Takes a beating, but they still get the kill anyways. They change their targets. It's Paranoid eventually. Did not keep the Black Shoes in check. Suffers a loss. LaFell, you were saying?
All I was saying is, this 1,000 gold difference, it's all on Upatizi. Upatizi alone has 1,000 gold above Yunshi, and this is one of those reasons why BEDEL, they're not looking so good. They're putting everything on him, but they're kind of forgetting about Paranoid as well as Farway. They should really change their game plan right now.
Well, I think if they are going to start putting their eggs into what's paranoid or maybe even far away at this point of time, they're going to need to start invading, and I think they don't have enough of an advantage. You know, speaking of advantages right now.
Collapsing on the jump style, jumping on through using that immunity, but it can only take you so far. Cyclone Knife failing to get him out of trouble. Asmo drawing a perimeter. You shall not pass, says the Lolita. Luna and the rest of Red CANIDS cannot get a revenge kill.
Is it me or this game just feels like it's moving in slow motion here? I feel like a lot of these situations could be played out a little faster, and it feels like there is a lot of hesitancy between both sides.
Both sides! I was gonna say, I agree, man. We were thinking the same thing, but look at this, an early conceal by Asmo. Well placed, spots Akashi, they let go. Both teams, they want this turtle. They're both on the way to a snowball, but look at this. Oh, they're circling, ring around the Rosie, circling onto the Black Dragon form. Now Asmo taken down by jump style, jumping from target to target. He's already all the way in the back line. An alien now gonna get taken down. Upatizi, 4-0 and 3. He's unstoppable so far.
Yep, that was a really great engage coming in for the Red CANIDS. They played that well, but now are they going to get a little bit more on towards Paranoid, who has to use the Black Shoe super early. They managed to hold that tier 1, and the important thing here is that BEDEL, you know, we thought they were actually slowly building up that lead, giving the Red CANIDS, like, yes, you have a bigger score, nobody cares. We want to get more money. We want to get more gold. We want to snowball our lead. It's not working out. It's evened up, actually.
25K to 23K. LaFell, I know you're not savvy with numbers, but items, it should speak for itself.
Right now, Ubatizi, he has the anti-QRS, and this is why BEDEL can bring him down, because Alien with the Yuzong, far away with the Lancelot, they have a lot of physical damage over here, but just by having the anti-QRS, he has a lot of armor, but more importantly, the more they attack him, the lesser damage that they can do.
Shades of Carlteasy from M2. This is exactly how Brainy Sports won that World Championship back then, by building a Brody that's very tanky. What a throwback.
Yeah, it is quite the throwback in fact, but now they're going to get on top of Luna so quick. The Favor, you can see just why Favor is just so good on someone like Matilda. It's like, heal my friends, how about I heal myself?
And yeah, it was the guiding winds that kind of did that. Didn't even need to pop the Aegis. Has that as a backup as well.
Overall, this game is, nobody can really force these advantages. And, well, you know, speaking of advantages, they might want to go for a little bit more, but Faraway just limit testing right now.
Just checking, he has his full dash out. I mean, the Phantom Execution can be used as an entrance or an exit, and right now, Red CANIDS, they said, okay, we saw the ult, he's not gonna come in. And look at this, jump style is gonna force the issue. Let's see, Paranoid gonna blast him. In comes Akashi, baiting it out. Alien coming through with the Black Dragon form, jumping on the jump style, and he's able to get out, but the stun! There it is, Asmo keeping the target down. Jungler from Red CANIDS bites the dust. Yunchi backing away. He's going to survive. There's the knockout. Faraway taking down Luna. Bodies hitting the floor left and right. 2 for 1 so far. The trade. Akashi taken down by Paranoid on the way out. BEDEL winning this encounter. And it seems like they're still going back and forth. No one is clearly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, no one really is clearly in the driver's seat, but that was great coming in from BEDEL. Let's break that fight down one more time. Pull up the replay.
Yeah, and right now in the replay, we do have to see the position that they're fighting. They're fighting in the mid lane. All of the AoE damage, this is what we have to see. And look at Frost as well as Paranoid. Both of these players dish out a lot of damage. Frost with the Ging Angle return almost won a team fight for his own team, whereas Paranoid being in the middle, just having a lot of explosions, making sure that Red CANIDS, they cannot push their advantages in the mid lane.
I just gotta say, I saw how Upatizi flickered out of there and how he caught so much from BEDEL. You can tell me that that antique Keras is worth 5,000 gold, I'll still buy it. It's so clutch.
It's so value. It's cash money, as some may say. But now topside going to get intensely flooded by the Red CANIDS here. They're knowing that their bot side has already been pushed out quite well. This Lord is pretty important because both sides want to get ahead, and the only way they're going to do that is through structural gold. Lord is going to be pinnacle cash money to do that.
I think the kids say that. It's the kids who say that, unless they've grown up now and they don't say it anymore. 12 minutes in, Lord turns luminous. Now it can jump. Now it has that one move that just chops turrets down in half. But I must say, I just noticed, BEDEL have yet to take a turret. So Red CANIDS just have ultimate priority here.
Well, yes, they do have ultimate priority here, but how far can they actually go with this one? Because I feel like BEDEL, they are just waiting for Red Canids to make the additional mistake. And even Red Canids, they understand it's like, yeah, that previous fight, we did kind of overextend ourselves in that engagement to go for the kill.
Oh no, Upatizi about to get cornered, and he gets knocked off. The wrath of the Turkish fall down upon him. 3. It takes 3 to take down that Brody.
It's tough. It's really, really tough so far. I mean, how far do they want to go with this, right? How far can they continue to slow down this game? And now Alien, unfortunately, is trying to zone them off. They're seeing Aswan going to be pushing forward. Oh my goodness! They finally found Luna in a place where he can't get out. The shower residue more than enough as Alien holds strong, sustaining through all the damage that Red is able to provide.
Akashi can't force the issue there, and they're happy to just get the 2 free kills that they have so far from that last team fight. Now they have better positioning. I think this is what you were saying, Gideon, earlier. They're rubber banding the advantage. Yes, you have turrets, but eventually we have better firepower. Yes, you have the Antikiras. Yes, you've been forcing us to put in so much work to take you down, but Upatizi, that was the prime spot for them to go in. Yeah, finally, now Yunshi able to push.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing that they're struggling with is identifying who can engage and who doesn't really want to engage, because again, it's a game of rock, paper, scissors. And even when you are engaging, there's multiple tools that actually pull this off.
And right now, we're back to square one. It's the Lord dance all over again. Will I or should I? Will you or will you not? Who's gonna pull the trigger? Let's see. BEDEL trying to keep this mid lane turret. It seems to be their sanctuary. This mid lane seems to be how they're so confident and still rotating hard 3-4 man ganks.
They'll do anything to try and make this work out because this Lord is so important to both sides. Let's see who's gonna get it.
Red team has
Look at the burst on BEDEL. They can burst down the Lord, but they can't burst down Upatizi. They take Luna down first. And they're looking for an answer. Paranoid gonna be the target here. Jump style, gonna jump onto him. Upatizi helps with the assist. Oh, that's a torn apart memory taking down Asmo. That's all she wrote. Double kill for Red Canids. It's for the Lord, though. It's for the Lord. BEDEL, was it worth it?
I think losing 2 people towards it, I guess it's fine because again, if we're talking about who's got wave clear, not a lot of the members for the Red Canids can efficiently wave clear, not like something like a Farsa. You can see that even like Upatizi, he has to slowly take his time to chunk this bad boy down. And if we're looking at the rest of BEDEL, they either need to escort it or make a decision right now, because right now, they're just too hesitant to do anything with these pushing waves.
LaFell, where's this coming from? Why do you think these teams are just like, maybe, maybe not?
All right, so here's the thing. For Red Canids, for me, it's pretty clear. They're making one crucial mistake that I hope they stop doing, which is they're starting to get caught. They're starting to move one person at very different places of the map. And if they keep on doing that, then BEDEL will have a lot of opportunities to pick one by one. Like, even the fight at Lord now, you can see that there were a lot of players from Red Canids being isolated. They need to start moving together, but at the same time, they can't move too close to each other to really give a lot of advantage to the Lilia, dealing out a lot of damage.
Not just the Lilia. Can I add to your hypothesis here? Even the Yuzhong.
And Lolita.
Yep. Well, okay, so that's a majority of BEDEL.
That's a lot of stun. That's a lot of stun.
That's a majority of BEDEL. So yeah, it's hurting Red Canids more to hesitate than it is BEDEL. And I guess that's where BEDEL is finding these windows. Despite the deficiency on turtles, despite the deficiency in gold earlier, and even kills, that's why BEDEL was slowly catching up.
Yeah, I mean, it's about who's going to outlast the other, right? Whoever makes the first mistake is going to get punished. That's why we're seeing this fluctuating gold lead between the two teams. Nothing is going to be safe. They're both just struggling to gain control of this game because their tools can easily be countered with the opposing team's composition. And it's frustrating. It really is. But now we have to see the experience of both teams.
47K, this is as close to a stalemate as it gets. Because again, I understand now, BEDEL is just looking for that one big team fight that can swing him back, that can get them this Lord in about 90 seconds. So 90 seconds to regain this wave down bottom, get a good flow going so that they have a better position at a second Lord. The second Lord, I hope it's better than the first one, because the first one just went by like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at the gold lead. It's 48,000 to 48,000. Everyone's pretty much like full build, and that was literally the first Lord of the game. So it's not going to be naturally that strong. And not to mention, even with the luminous factor of it, you got to get it at least towards a turret of some sort before it even decides to ram.
Yep, and given Red CANIDS less than stellar wave clear, it really didn't amount to much. Jump Style and Upatizi. It's a two-man squad here in the mid. Luna and Frost a little too far for comfort here. It's a 5v5 waiting to happen. Akashi a little too far. Frost gonna get caught out here. Luna catching quite a few bits of damage. And here's an Aluminum Blast. Asmo stuns one. Blasted. Frost taken down. Paranoid gets him. And now Luna gets stunned one more time. Paranoid gonna have his way. Double kill for the mid laner on BEDEL. And Akashi and Jump Style, they're not at home. Not good. Not good. Repeat. Not good. We retreat. And they're happy to take the 2 kills. BEDEL primed for their second Lord.
This is great. Now they need to start pressing their advantage. Guard that wave with your life. Punish them while you still can. Get that mid turret and open up this map.
Oh, they're still going. Quick conversion. Nigh. Close to even getting a third kill there. They'll take the turret instead. Counts as a member in this case since BEDEL is catching up. And right here, we see one more time, despite the delay, despite the defense that Red CANIDS put up, BEDEL still has a prime position for the second Lord. And this time around, it's not as wasted. I do believe, and I must say, the first Lord that they took was almost insignificant. But this time around, as Gideon mentioned, I hope it gets at least 1 turret.
Oh, it will. They've got all 5 of their members, and I see 2 Malefic Roar purchases coming in from both Alien and as well as Faraway. They're going to take as many turrets as they can away from the Red CANIDS and maybe look to set themselves up for a potential endgame situation.
Lane management is key here for BEDEL. Red CANIDS, LaFell, what can they fall on here? Where do they defend first?
All right, so first of all, Frost has to get the priority target. If he can kill Yunshi, Paranoid, that'd be great. And then just look on Upatizi to really clear the lane as fast as he can, because he's the only proper lane clearer that Red CANIDS have.
Look at this, Alien doesn't even care. They were just trying to keep Akashi in place so they can push. So you're right, try to find the back line and try to get your priority targets. And as we say that, BEDEL is cleaning house. That's multiple turrets taken down and a team fight breaking up at top lane. The priority is to protect inhibitor for Red CANIDS. Luna taking quite a few hits. The Lord is still standing, swinging away at this inhibitor, and they're just managing the aggro here so well. Finally, Lord goes down. So does Faraway, a little too deep. He overcommitted. Red CANIDS happy to get the free kill.
Oh, they are, especially, and despite the fact Red CANIDS understand that it's come to the point where it's like, yeah, it's 56,000. You get your last situational item, and maybe my support gets their last 2 items, and then, yeah, you know what? It really doesn't matter. The gold lead isn't going to count for anything for either one of the sides. You want to have reserve gold to do some fancy mechanics, selling off your immortality, quickly picking up a Winter Truncheon, or with some nature, and maybe you can make something happen here. But you can tell that Yushi, he has finally scaled despite all the punishment he has taken.
Yep, not as clean a game for a Clint as most would want. But right now, BEDEL has found a way to get into the driver's seat. We were wondering, who's driving this vehicle? Where are we going? And it looks like destination Turkey upper bracket. Slowly. That's what's happening in this 20-minute game, unless Red CANIDS can do something about it. LaFell, I'll ask you later. Gideon has a plan. What is it?
Look, I mean, right now we're looking at 20 minutes here. And I think LaFell will agree with this. A single team fight where somebody, an entire team gets destroyed, that death timer is going to be punished.
Yeah, I do agree. And just like we talked about earlier in the game, what does BEDEL have to do? Yunshi hasn't been doing much in the early stage of the game. The moment they start focusing on Paranoid and Faraway, then they started getting a lot. Look at Paranoid right now, 7, 2, and 5. Has a lot of damage, has a lot of cooldown, and is slow as well in the team fight. In terms of who will be able to dish out more damage, we do have to see the AoE damage from BEDEL. They are looking... Okay, in terms of ease, BEDEL has an easier time in the team fight, whereas Red CANIDS, they have a lot to think about. They have to avoid the crowd control, but it looks like Faraway just got it in the pretty easy for BEDEL.
Alien kind of bought time. Something tells me Alien knew that there was a death bush there, but it was for an inhibitor. I'd say it's worth it.
Oh, we can wait out 50 seconds, especially since Lord is only going to be coming back in 36 here. His death timer is still 42, so Alien should be able to make it back in time. I don't think the Red Canids can burst it down as fast as they want to. This is going to be the third Lord of the game, and it's only going to get stronger from here on out at the 22 mark. And at this point, it really is who makes that first mistake, and maybe BEDEL could set up an ambush, which looks like that's what they're doing here, using the Pixel as well as River Brush.
Yeah, no, they've had it with being the one who has to face check. I totally understand, and the reason why I'm saying that it was all the more worth it is because that's permanent damage to Red Canid's minion wave flow. It's literally something that you have to always consider, because if the super minions come in and slowly chip away at your base, it's over. Like I think BEDEL can kind of bother with that and force it, but now Red Canid's unconventionally the one who actually starts the Lord here. Let's see how BEDEL can come in and reclaim. What's the retake situation like? Black Shoes already committed by Paranoid. They can't answer fast enough with the Numenon Blast, but look at the back lane. That's jumping on the far away, popping the immortality. Alien helping his jungler survive, just pushing them back. Lord still at a standstill reset here. Red Canids, their bravado is paid off. A free kill on Paranoid is still something good when you're in this situation.
This is brutal. This is brutal. They managed to get Paranoid, yes, and they didn't get too much back for the side of the Red Canids. However, it's still in the exact same situation. Nobody really wants to sit on top of Lord. Dang overturn, though.
Oh no, they start off with a kickoff on the same, the mid laner of Red Canids, and they're not stopping. Yunshi getting jumped on by Jump Style. They take down the gold lane, but there's as much and as fast a vengeance play from BEDEL. It's 3 for 2 so far. Make that 2 for 2. Paranoid died much later. Oh, this is so difficult, but look at the base though. Look at the base. This is what I was saying. Permanent damage.
They just have to threaten. They just have to continue to threaten here. And I think BEDEL has basically the right recipe to destroy Red Canids here and set up a kill situation where they must decide what is more important. The question is, how are they supposed to set this up? LaFell, based on what your previous experience as a coach, how would you set up in this particular situation? One open inhibitor, Lord is risky. Both compositions want to play for disengage.
Honestly, right now, Red Canids are actually doing the right thing. They have to be more aggressive rather than defensive. This is one of those moments where offense is the best defense. Kind of like bluffing the situation, like, oh, we are making a mistake, but actually they're just baiting. They have their key player to target one of the key players from BEDEL, either being Yunshi or Paranoid, and we see that happen where they got the kill on the Paranoid, focusing all the damage on him, forcing out the Black Shoes, and being at a disadvantage situation, they won against that fight. They won the Lilia. If they can continue doing that, that is good. However, the bad thing that they're doing is they're taking kind of unnecessary fights, which they have to stop.
It looks like BEDEL is not looking for unnecessary anything either. We're at the point where earlier it's okay to trade out one member for a major objective, but they don't have any pull yourself together. At this point, especially with the scaling death timers, Red Canids, they can do that with Luna.
They can, but still, 25 minutes deep in towards this game, I think it's just the mental strain that you can clearly see on both of these teams. Like, they are very hesitant to go in unless it is as clear as day that they need to go in. And you can see both sides just batting back and forth, ping-ponging between this Little Wanderer.
And Little Wanderer, even in the super late game, as we're approaching that, is also just as important. It's not as free rotations. You can kind of tell when someone's missing. It's an extra member. It's an extra member of your team if you're going to think about it. Almost as useful as Lord if you're setting up death bushes.
I mean, at this point in time, they can face check as much as they can face check, right? But so far, the top side, it's just the unfortunate situation for BEDEL that Lord is on the top side of the map. It's like you want to get that pressure, but you also need the Red Canids to move away from the Lord, but at the same time, it's like it's all in the same place, so what can you really do?
Yeah. I'm guessing this is how you do it. You send over Alien down bottom to try and play Patsy. But look at this, Asmo setting up. Oh, a Numenon Blast catches Luna. And that's already the Black Shoes spent in by Paranoid. And there's the winner charge, and Jump Down still survives. Asmo keeping Akashi at bay. Frost, pop, Alien. Akashi still alive. There's the dash. There's a Thorn Rose. And they could not get anyone down. Immortality popped, yes, but no kills just yet. Red Canids gets away with one more pickoff.
Oh my goodness, Frost came up huge. That yin-yang overturn could have been used in 2 situations, but he purposely saved it to make sure that Upatizi was going to live that encounter. But now, the second encounter begins.
Circling Eagle onto Luna. He caps it, and he brings on the Wrath of Jump Style to Yunshi. And that's another down for the side of BEDEL. Asmo running for his life. Pops Immortality. No way this man's gonna survive this. It's disaster for BEDEL, but just the same, they were pushing down bottom. Is it that big of a disaster? I don't know.
I mean, they got something out of it, but this Lord could be the make it or break it moment for BEDEL. They can't steal it away unless Far Away seems to make the play of his life. And now Paranoid is even here to say hello. Luna is going to get on top of it, but oh no, oh no. Oh no, don't do anything crazy right now. Yes, they managed to take him out, no problem. Lord on their belts, and now Red Canids, they've got the recipe to end BEDEL.
Something tells me Farway kind of panicked there. He could have timed his steal a little better, but instead he just dashed in, forced it, and said, okay, I'm gonna try to use my immortality to time it out. But if you're facing against 5 members of Red Canids, you're more likely to die. And even with Paranoid nearby, it's a tough call. It's a huge ask.
It is quite a tough call here, but let's see how they're going to play this out, because for all we know, the rest of the members of BEDEL are coming back up, especially Yunshi, as well as Asmo, who will be coming up just in time to try and protect the rest of their inhibitors.
Lord marching down bottom. Top lane managed well. Mid, there's 3 members of Red Canids over there. They're slowly going to choke out BEDEL of the resources, and I can't believe it reached this point, but yeah, it's still going to be a 5v5 defense. Luna coming in first, setting up the mid lane inhibitor to fall. There's the Numenon Blast, stunning him. Luna comes out of the immortality, survives, gets away with it. Alien taken down, demolished by this 5-man assault from Red Canids. The MPL Brazil champions are looking to finish. They are poised for victory here. They still have Lord in BEDEL's base, and they're cleaning house. No more turrets left for the Turkish squad. Farway falls down. Frost gets him. They're wailing away at the base. Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be game. Red Canids take today's final bout. But I do believe this puts us in a very interesting situation.
Absolutely, it does. But while we are here, let them enjoy. GG, well played to the Red Canids, finally getting their first victory here at M3.
Yeah, and over here we can definitely see the champion pedigree. As we have discussed, it is very risky when you are down, when your inhibitor turret has been fallen, for you to go on the